USA versus China. The trade war that's rewiring the global economy. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-dive into one of the most high-stakes economic showdowns of our time, the USA-China trade war. This isn't just about tariffs and exports. This is about who controls the future of global power, technology, supply chains, and money. Grab a coffee, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why your iPhone, your job, and even your grocery bill are connected to this global conflict. Let's break it down. Chapter 1. How it all started. The U.S.-China economic relationship used to be simple. China made the goods. The U.S. bought them. But behind that simplicity was a growing imbalance. For decades, China ran massive trade surpluses with the U.S., meaning it exported far more than it imported. And in return, it became the world's factory, fueling its own rise to global power. But in 2018, the tone shifted drastically. President Donald Trump launched a series of tariffs on Chinese goods, worth hundreds of billions of dollars. His goal, to force China to play fair, addressing issues like intellectual property theft, forced technology transfers, currency manipulation, and a massive trade deficit. China retaliated with its own tariffs, and just like that, the trade war began. Chapter 2. What are tariffs really? Let us break down what a tariff is, because it has more than just a tax. When the U.S. imposes a 25% tariff on Chinese steel, it means American companies have to pay more to import that steel. The idea is that this makes local U.S. steel more competitive, boosting American manufacturers. But there's a catch. Consumers often end up paying the price through higher costs on everything from washing machines to smartphones. So while tariffs aim to punish foreign producers, they can hit your wallet too. Chapter 3. Why the U.S. got aggressive. The U.S. didn't just wake up mad at China. There were real concerns. Intellectual property theft. U.S. companies were required to hand over technology to do business in China. Cyber espionage. American officials accused Chinese hackers of stealing corporate secrets. Unfair subsidies. China was heavily subsidizing industries like solar, steel, and electronics, making global competition unfair. This wasn't just about trade. It was about economic dominance in the age of AI, 5G, semiconductors, and biotech. And the U.S. feared falling behind. Chapter 4. China's counterpunch. China didn't just sit back. It hit the U.S. where it hurt. Soybeans. China stopped buying billions worth of American soybeans, hitting Midwest farmers hard. Tech bans. Companies like Apple, Qualcomm, and Tesla suddenly had to navigate rising hostility in their biggest growth market. Nationalism. Chinese media painted the U.S. as the aggressor, fueling domestic support for standing firm. And it worked. Kind of. Both economies started to feel the pain. Chapter 5. Who's winning? This is the big question. Who's winning the trade war? Well, it's complicated. U.S. companies had to adjust to new supply chains, higher input costs, and uncertainty. Chinese exporters lost billions in sales and saw reduced foreign investment. But here's the twist. Both countries adapted. U.S. firms started sourcing more from countries like Vietnam, Mexico, and India. China doubled down on self-sufficiency, launching Made in China 2025 and investing heavily in domestic innovation. The real winner? Probably Southeast Asia, which became a new manufacturing hotspot. Chapter 6. COVID changed everything. Then came 2020 and the pandemic. Suddenly, the trade war took a back seat to supply chain chaos. China locked down. Factories stopped. Ports closed. Americans saw empty shelves, delayed shipments, and rising prices. This made the U.S. realize something critical. Outsourcing everything to one country is risky. And so began the new wave of reshoring and friendshoring, bringing manufacturing back home or to trusted allies. Chapter 7. The tech war begins today. The trade war has morphed into something bigger. A tech war. The U.S. has blacklisted Chinese tech giants like Huawei and ZTE, banned advanced chip exports, and pressured allies to do the same. Why? Because the future is digital, and whoever controls AI, semiconductors, and quantum computing controls global power. China responded with its own restrictions and massive investments in homegrown chip makers. This isn't about toys and t-shirts anymore. This is about the future of global leadership. Chapter 8. What this means for the world. The rest of the world is now caught in the middle. Europe, Latin America, and Asia are all trying to balance trade with both superpowers. Without choosing sides, the result, a fragmenting global economy. We're seeing bifurcated tech systems, new trade alliances, supply chain realignment on a massive scale, and guess who pays for all this transition? You, the consumer. Next. What's next? So where is this all going? Experts believe this conflict will last decades, not years. It's less about trade and more about economic sovereignty and national security. The U.S. wants to protect its lead in innovation and global influence. China wants to end its dependence on the West and become a technological superpower. Neither side wants war, but neither wants to lose. Conclusion. Final thoughts. The U.S. China trade war isn't just a chapter in an economics textbook. It's a living, breathing struggle that affects your job, your gadgets, your grocery bill, and the entire structure of the global economy, and it's far from over. So whether you're an investor, entrepreneur, student, or just a curious mind, stay informed, because the real battle isn't just at the border. It's in boardrooms, factories, satellites, and server farms. Thanks for watching. Stay intrigued. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is the U.S. handling this right? Is China gaining the upper hand? Should countries decouple or find a way to collaborate? Hit like if this helped you understand the conflict better. Subscribe for more content like this. And share with someone who's always asking, what's really going on with China and the U.S.?